but don't get all excited. Today is day 62. So, actually probably 65. I'm behind, but that's okay. Don't tell anybody. Use bird stamps, okay? You know what I think I might do? I have 3 days to do. I have yesterday, the day before, and today. I might pull 3 prompts and then try to work them together. So let's see what this is 61. So let's say this is 62. Let's pull 63. See what we get. Use washi tape. Okay, so this is 63. And let's pull today, which is 64. Use distress stains. Let's do all those together. 64. And that way, we'll be all caught up. Let me get my stuff and we'll get started. Alrighty, here's what I've got pulled out. We're going to do distress stains, washi tape, and bird stamps. So I've got my ink pad, brown and black. And I've got a piece of paper here out of my Canson Mixed Media 98-pound book. And it's the 11 by 14. I've got a piece of scrapbook paper, some packaging paper. I've got my washi tape boxes, and I have a set of stamps that are birds. So, oh, and the distress stains. Okay, so I'm going to clean off my area, put down my nonstick mat, and we'll get started. First thing I'm going to do is to put down this paper though, because I want a little bit of a background I may see or may not see, and I want to use it some more of my scrap supplies. So I'm going to take Mod Podge. I decided not to use a glue stick because it's too big of area and it will take too much time. So I'm just going to try to use up some more of this and put down my paper. But first I want to rip my paper into 3 sections. Okay, and I'm going to put down one in the center, one on the edge, of one edge, and one on the other edge. Okay, so just take the Mod Podge or whatever glue you're using. Okay, I have my 3 strips glued down. And the paper's buckling a little because it's wet and I haven't dried it yet. Now what I want to do is add my brown paper, and I'm going to put a strip here and here. So I'm just going to tear off a strip for each side. And I'm going to glue these down the same exact way. I'm going to go ahead and put some washi tape down, and I want to put a little bit of glue down to help my washi tape. Doesn't have to be a lot, because it's probably going to be sealed again anyway. The next thing I'm going to do is take my gesso, which I know you're not surprised about that, and I'm going to cover all this up, which is going to freak somebody out, but that's okay. You don't have to cover yours up, but I'm going to cover mine a little bit. I just like to do that. It makes me happy, makes me feel good. I don't know why, I just like it. So I'm going to take my card and just scrape it around. Okay, I think I like that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover this page with matte medium. It's Liquitex matte medium. The reason I'm going to do that is because I want to be able to use my distress stains and for them to move. I don't want them to soak into the page. And with this gesso one here, they probably would be able to move better, but there's some bare areas, and I just want to make sure that everywhere I put a bird, I can use my distress stains on them and not have it soak in. I want to be able to move them around. So I'm going to cover the whole page with matte medium, and then I'm going to dry it, and then I'll come back. I'm ready to use my stamps now. So I've got an acrylic block. It's a little bigger than I need, but that's okay. And I'm going to put one of my birds on there, and I've decided on the brown stays on. It's called Timber Brown. Just seemed like it would go with this really well. And I'm going to ink him up. And then I'm going to put him on right here. And I'm going to put him on 2 more times and then switch birds. Okay, I have all my birds stamped 3 times each, and then I want to go off the edge and do some of my birds. So I have a starter index card and a starter tag here to help me keep ink off my mat, which is not a problem because it wipes right off, but I prefer to put it on something I might use because you never know what could become of it. This set here has some sayings on it, so I'm going to put one of those on my block and just stamp it in the open spaces. So we have used our bird stamps. That was prompt number 62. 63 is use washi tape, and I've already done that, but just to say that we did it the proper way, I'm going to go ahead and add some more. Found this little strip of fabric washi tape. It says something, but I can't read what it says. Doesn't matter anyway. So I want to put little strips here and there of this washi tape. Not much, just a little bit, just to say we went in order. So I'll just cut little strips and stick it down here and there. And I'm not putting glue under it because I'm going to seal these again. Got all my washi tape down, and I'm happy to report I used up another roll. I now have 1 prompt left, and that is to use distress stains. I've got a few of my distress stains out that I thought about using. I don't know which one I will like on here. So what we're going to do is take one of our index cards that will be used later, and I'm just going to run some little tests here and see if I like them. Okay, so I have 3 that I definitely want to use and 3 that I might use. And, wish me luck, because I don't know. I don't know what to do here. We're going to start with this one. This one is called Wild Honey, and I'm going to get a brush ready that's wet so that I can smear it around if I want to. I want to just put some down. And let's see what we do with the water here. I don't even think we need the water. And let's go ahead and blend them and see what happens. All right, so what I'm going to do, now that I've practiced a little bit here, I kind of get an idea what I want. I'm going to go ahead and cover this whole thing with the wild honey because I really like it. And I think what I'll do is I'll do wild honey a little bit, and then I'll change over to the marmalade, kind of mix them up. This is spiced marmalade. I'm going to dry this and I will be right back. Okay, what I want to do now, because these will activate again when touched with liquid, I'm going to put a coat of matte medium on it, and that way it'll seal, and this will blend, and it'll be all either one color or blended color, whatever it turns out to be. The fabric is soaking in the color, so it'll probably stay that way. But I want to put a coat of this on, and then when I come back, I'm going to use some more of the distress stains, and then they'll sit on top of that, and it won't smear this. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do, and I'll be right back. I've got the matte medium on now, and I think what I want to do, and I've been playing a little bit here and here. This is a broken china color, but on top of the yellow, it looks more green. So I think what I want to do is just color the individual birds, and I've just been using this little paintbrush here. So we're going to do a couple more and see how we feel. I think I'll do this red. It's called Festive Berries, and see if we like that. And if I don't like that, then I don't know what I'll do. May just change my direction and do something else. Could cover it all up. This bird in the center here kind of got the red on him, so I'm just going to go ahead and fill him in. And this is a little bit of water on my brush, just activating this more and blending it in a little bit. Okay, I had to turn the camera off, but I kept working. So I've got 3 of my red birds done, and they're showing through the colors of the background and things I've done. So I really love that. I think that's really cute. So I'm working on this Shabby Shutters color, and I'm just taking my Distress ink and I'm dabbing it in my bird, then taking my brush with a little bit of water on it because I want it to spread around, and just go in. More water than I need. I'm going around the bird and filling it in. I've gone ahead and dried everything. I cannot decide what to do. I just can't. So I'm going to go ahead and do something with the background with a little bit of gesso and with this little piece of punchinella, also known as sequin waste. And I'm just going to take a sponge and I'm just going to put some white on here. I have decided what I'm going to do. We may not like it, but we're going to do it. I want to cut out the birds individually, but don't get all excited. No fussy cutting. What I want to do is just take each bird and, like say this one here, I'll just go around kind of in a circle or follow his shape a little bit, just kind of funky shapes. And I'm going to leave a little bit of border sticking out, and then we'll probably make a tag out of them. And then it could be used later on. It could be fussy cut out later on. It could be glued on something later on. And that way we've done something with all of our birds. And I'm going to start down here with this one. And I'm just going to go around kind of the shape of the bird. Oh boy, you know, just go for it. Just jump in sometimes and just do it. Okay? I have all of my birds cut out and I have them sprayed, and I have my leftovers sitting up here for some other project, who knows what. And I've already taken 2 of the birds and played with them. The first one I did, I took a hole punch, a little tiny hole punch, and I punched a hole in the top and I ran a string, and I didn't love it, so I took it apart and then I attached it to a tag, one of the starter tags that's been sitting over there that I told you I liked. It went really well with it. And this is a stamped word that I had done and I didn't love it, but I love it now. I don't know why. But it was sitting over there, so I pulled it over, and so now I have this little tag, and I can add more. I distressed around the edges, but for now I'm going to leave it like this. And I have flies stamped again, but I didn't like the stamps, so I didn't use it. But you know, it's still funky looking, so we could use it on another one. I have these little tags that I've had forever. I can't tell you where I got them. Somewhere online through some Etsy store or something a long time, I mean years ago. And I haven't used them, and I thought they're sitting in there unused. I want to use them. So I took the distress stain that we used, the broken china, and I ran it all over the tag, and I distressed the edges. Actually, I distressed first, then ran the blue over. I put a little piece of muslin at the top as a little ribbon, and then I glued one of the birds on. So I like that. And this could be embellished upon or added to something or stuck in a journal or something like that. There's only like 9 more tags, so I'll run out of tags for these. But I have starter tags over there, and if any of them go well with the bird, I'll use that. And if not, then I'll just save the bird for something else. But I'm going to go ahead and finish these up because I want to use them. I want to use all of them. So I'll show you how I did it. And if you don't have these, just use regular manila tags. You can get different sizes. This one's a little small for this, but you can get larger ones. So I'm going to go ahead and use this blue color on all of them because I liked it. So I'm going to distress the edges first. And this is Distress ink walnut stain. And the muslin strip I used was just leftover muslin from when we did the ink sprays where I dyed the fabric. Okay, so that's distressed around the edges. I'm just going to take my distress stain and put it on here. And if you don't have this, use a paint. Water it down so it's not so thick and it's see-through. And then you can see through whatever's on here. If you stamp on it, you could stamp on your manila tag first. You know, some sort of image that you like. And I don't go out of the way the edges because I want my distressed look. And then I dried it, but we're not going to take time for that right this minute. And then I took my little muslin strip here and I decided how long I wanted it. So I cut off a piece and I'm just going to run it through the hole. This also has stuff on the back, so there's journaling areas or more room for embellishing and playing with the tag. Okay, so I have that done. And you can distress your muslin too. I'm just not going to. And then I take a bird that I like, and I like that one, so I could use that one. I like them all. I love all of them. Even the ones that are half done could go on there, and I will do that on one too. But I think I'm going to use one of those red ones. Well, I already did red, so let's do another color. Let's go with this guy. And because this is stiffer, because I used a heavier paper, well, it's not real heavy, it's only 98 pounds, but I used more scrapbook paper. And by the way, I could see, before I cut this up, I could see through everything I did, and I could see my washi tape, and I could see my scrapbook paper. So things peek through, and they look really cute that way. So nothing was wasted and nothing has disappeared. Although if it had disappeared, it wouldn't have bothered me. And then I'm going to take Aleene's tacky glue and put glue around the edges. That way it'll stay down really well because it is heavier. If it was a lighter paper, I wouldn't go to the extreme of tape. And then I'm going to set him on this line here as if he's standing on it, like right there. Then I have some clips that I can clip my bird down so that he will not pop up. And all the glue will dry. Okay, so let's let him dry for a minute and let's do one of our starter tags. Let's see if we find one we like. I've got a hot mess over here. I can't even think straight looking at that mess. I don't know where to put everything right now. I think we'll go with this guy. And then I'll take this brown bird because he looks cute. And then I'm going to punch a hole in the top. And I've got some hemp. It's real tiny. Go through the tiny hole, and let's see how long we want it. Guesstimate a little extra. Let's run it through here and run it through here. And I distressed the tag before I put the bird on last time, but I forgot, so we're just going to do it after the fact. And then because this likes to come apart a little bit, it's easy to get the loop out. I'm going to just tie a little knot right there. Okay, and then I'm going to distress the edges. And you can distress around your birds too if you want to, but I didn't. And this way, you can actually move your little bird up, put some little journaling in there, maybe glue something in there. And I had the word fly somewhere. I don't know where it's at. Oh, there it is. There it is. How lucky are we? Okay, I could put it on him, or we could just save it. I could write on the bird because I've actually sealed them. I'm going to save this for another one. Put it over here where I can see it. I think I'll write on him. Let's just write the word fly across him. There we go. That is it. That's all I'm going to do. Okay, so there's a couple of ways I'm using my tags. So let's undo this guy. Looks like a big spider, like a colorful spider. Okay, so now we have some cute little embellishments. And I could write across these guys, and I probably will. Okay, so let's look at all these real quick. I think they're really cute. We have this guy, and this guy, and this guy, and you can glue it in your book or stick it in something this way, or you can go this way if you want to. It doesn't matter. You know, there's no rules. I'm not going to make you do anything specific. He's attached to this little tag here. And you saw this one, I think. And this little guy, I love him. And this one here is a partial that I glued at the bottom, and I used that word that I stamped that wasn't that great because I didn't like the stamp. I mean, that's the Y in the set. That's the F, L, and that's the Y. I don't get that, but anyway. Okay, well that's it for today, guys, and we have all this leftover that we can use on something else. I'll stick it over in my little scrap pile, and one day I'll be pulling this out, and if you've seen this video, you'll say, oh, I saw that. I remember that. Okay, so we did 3 days in one. We used distress stains, we used bird stamps, and we used washi tape. Okay, I will see you guys later. Have a great whatever it is. Bye-bye.